What is going on, everyone, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys figure release preview video. Today we're going to be taking a look at the newly announced to be released Emperor Palpatine / Darth Sidious from the Clone Wars. This figure was first announced for pre-order about a year ago or so I don't think I ever did a figure preview on him when he was first announced to be pretty much for pre-order. So this will be the first time that you guys get my thoughts on the guy and what I think about him. First and foremost, I am super thrilled as always to get this figure. Recently we've been getting a lot of figures announced from the Clone Wars, so I can't wait till I complete the full collection with the Clone Wars, and then if we can include these figures with some of the figures from the Ahsoka series, it's just going to be such an amazing collection. This figure, just like Obi-Wan and Anakin, Hot Toys has decided to implement the actual head sculpt of the actor portraying the character into the actual animated kind of, figure, if I can say it that way. So they've pretty much used Ian McDermott's actual head sculpt onto this figure to make it seem like if it was a live action figure that they've pretty much released. To me, I find that to be a great idea as long as the execution is good, and I will give my initial thoughts on that head sculpt for Ian McDermott a little bit later on. Now, I do want to go ahead and clarify my thoughts on here might change once we get the figure in person, and this always happens with every single figure, and that is because the blogger images that Hot Toys provides sometimes might not tell the truth, all the story. So they might use too much lighting, or they might not use enough lighting, or maybe the effects that they use on the images can show one thing, and then once we get the figure in person, it can be a completely different thing. So I do want to save my final thoughts until we get the actual figure in person. So first and foremost, this image does pretty much represent the whole outfit itself for the guy. So there's some things here that I don't think I'll really be able to address in full detail. Like, for example, his boots, I don't know what material it will be, since his actual robe is pretty much going over all of his body. It's really hard to tell. So those are the things that we'll have to wait until we get the figure in person. Now, the robe itself does seem to be made out of regular fabric. I like the fact that we have a lot of wiring going on right here with his actual hood. We do get this black tunic that at first I thought it was going to be actual pleather, but this does not seem to be pleather. Again, I will save those thoughts to once we get the figure in person, but the whole outfit itself looks really, really good in my personal opinion. I don't see any pleather whatsoever, just for now. So the outfit along with the under outfit seems to be pretty good so far, so I'm very excited about that. Obviously, not a lot of things that we have to talk about with the figure itself, because it's just a figure on its own with the outfit. The hands themselves, they look great. I'm not sure if he'll include two lightsabers or one. We'll have to see once we get the figure in person. But obviously, I did want to go ahead and talk about his head sculpt really quick. I do assume that he's going to come with the lightning pieces, and just from far away, even though this part is blurry, guys, you can see that the hands are really nicely made. There's a lot of wrinkles and a lot of vein work, obviously making the guy look older than what your typical Hot Toys figures would be, and that is pretty obvious with Palpatine. Okay, so this is my first look at this, not my first look, I'm sorry, but my first time talking about the head sculpt for Ian McDermott / Emperor Palpatine. So I can tell that there has been some changes from the prototype onto the final result. Are they better or are they worse? That is the question. So whenever they first released the figure, I kind of knew what Hot Toys was going for, and I still do. They were going for kind of like a evil smile type of, kind of fake smile type of expression with the guy, which is something that's very accurate to him in the movies and in the Clone Wars. He's always got this fake kind of make him want to seem innocent type of smile, but he really isn't. So I don't mind the expression. I think that the texture and the skin painting is absolutely amazing. When I look at all the wrinkles, and I can tell that this guy is old, so to me they've done a fantastic job with the skin texture and paint applications. The hairpiece looks good, and I can tell he does look like Ian McDermott. I do believe his eyes are smaller compared to the prototype, so I do think that because of that it is just a tad bit worse, but I think that the execution of the expression is better with the final result than the prototype, in my personal opinion. I thought that with the prototype, it looked too like kind of like that smile was too big in my personal opinion, so I wasn't too much of a fan of that. And I think that with the final result, the execution of that smile or expression is a little bit better with the guy. Again, I still believe that the eyes are a little bit too small, and there just seems to be something that's missing about the head sculpt itself. But I do really think this is a great head sculpt from the images that I'm seeing. Again, as I mentioned before, my final thoughts on the figure, we'll save them until I get it. Still, not fully decided as far as what my final thoughts of that head sculpt will be, because I do want to wait until I get the figure in person. But I think so far we're off to a good start. I think it looks good based on this image that I'm seeing. Obviously, he's gonna have rotating eyes, so that will definitely help a lot. And as I mentioned before, the skin texture from forehead to cheeks to the actual neck right here, which is, again, I can see all these wrinkles and kind of loose skin, no disrespect. So I can tell that this figure is an old character, so I think that they've done good with the execution of this face sculpt. But let me know in the comments if you guys agree with me on that or not. So taking a look at more images, again, the outfit itself, as I mentioned before, looks great. Has a lot of wiring with the robe and cape, so that is a good thing. It'll give us options to pose the figure in a good way. I cannot wait to pose the hood this way to make him seem like his look in the Clone Wars. It's going to be an amazing look. And again, those hands look great as well, although they might be a little bit too pale. But we'll see again once we get the figure in person. It just might be the lining. Also, the lightsabers as well. We always got to see how those lightsabers are going to turn out. I promise you guys, I do not have any expectations for them. I think that they're gonna pretty much flake like they always do. Here we have the display base that he has, which is your typical circular Star Wars flooring, along with the nameplate for the guy. So pretty much that's all that I have to say about him. Again, it's just the outfit itself, accessories and things like that. We'll obviously take a look at him once we get the figure in person, but very thrilled to go ahead and get him. Definitely a lot to look forward to with this guy. It's very rare that we get a Palpatine, so the fact that we're getting one from the Clone Wars with Ian's head sculpt is a treat for sure. See, here's another look at the guy. Yeah, to me, this is a good head sculpt. Again, I like the facial expression. I like the skin texture. It's just that the eyes do seem a little bit too small for me. But again, that just might be me. Feel free, again, to let me know in the comments if you completely disagree with me on that, or if there's something that I am missing from the head sculpt. But me personally, I like it. It looks pretty good, like the skin texture and the expression, and the execution of the expression for the character itself, along with that whole outfit. I think this is going to be a really good figure. But again, I'll save my full thoughts until we get the figure in person. So pretty much as I mentioned before, this is all that I have to say about Mr. Palpatine himself. He has been released to pretty much be shipped out to us customers. As always, me being here in the US, I expect this guy to arrive in around 2 to 3 months. So we'll have to wait until we get him. That's why I do these previews, so that way we can pretty much look forward to what we're gonna get in a couple of months. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you guys did purchase this guy or not, and if you guys are interested in possibly joining a wait list to get the guy in the near future. I will include the link to Sideshow Collectibles, which is where I purchased the figure from. So again, feel free to go to the link if you guys do want to go ahead and get him. And as always, before I do end the video, I want to thank you guys for supporting the channel. As I always like to say, it means the world to me, everything that you do, all the support that I receive, whether it's likes, comments, subscriptions, from you guys just turning on your notifications so that way you guys can see my videos as soon as I drop them. Again, it means the world to me. And as I always like to say, if it is the first time that you're watching me, just know that this is where I do Hot Toys videos. I either do figure previews, release previews, or actual unboxings once I get the figures. Just an FYI, Deadpool has arrived to the collection, so an unboxing for him is coming soon. Cannot wait to show you guys how he looks, as I did get the special edition. So guys, thank you so much today for joining me on this Emperor Palpatine from the Clone Wars release preview video. Thank you again for tuning in, and I will see you next time.